All right, everybody, I'm back. I'm using a different phone and we're going to go with this. Now, it's probably going to be a little bit noisier because I got a different mic on. And here we go. We got people coming out. Hi ho, little parade. And Mr. Blue Suit here. And Mr. Blue Suit keeps going. Okay, so far it looks like we got reporters checking in. Looks like all the reporters are coming out. Time for the stand-ups. Live shot. Blah, blah, blah. I don't recognize a single one of them. There's only one reporter I recognize, and he just kind of vanished. Radio man. Yeah, I gotta figure out. Oh, Cox Media. Okay, yeah, I use that. I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah, I put a lot press right here, stretch of the window.
And I started back in 2010 with a live truck. And I was one of the only people in Florida live thing ever.
You're ahead of the game.
Yeah, it was. RentWitness1.com.
So
I covered the KCA. And I would drive all around downtown, go to the various places, like the place where they found the car, the next one she went to, the parents' house, and all that.
No,
and I did it live.
You just do video. Do you have like a talent or anybody that works with you and stuff?
Nope, I'm all by myself.
You should look me up. I do and stuff with CNN, Fox Nation.
Yeah. Because I'm going to get credentialed with the court. I have to have 1,000 subscribers to get credentialed with the court, although I know the administrator from back Casey Anthony days, so she's going to help me get it. I just have got to send them a letter.
Pretty good over the phone. I got to say, I'm taking the personal interest in this case.
But I got to figure out at the federal level what I got to do. But the federal, of course, is so restricted, it's really not worth going in there.
Yeah, they were like all kinds of low level people that suck up.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a mess.
Yeah, I have people like being investigated. I lived in the city so so there was people in my school, and I had some guy following me around for about 4 years. And I suspect now that it was something. Trust me, I'm gonna get to try my own story.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes the stuff is personal.
Here's my long lost brother right here. And my last name is Did you know I'm your cousin?
It's not. I was hoping it wasn't going to do that. Yeah, apparently it's in phone mode. That's why I did that. Normally, on the other phone, it switched automatically. Now it's just. So we're going to get phone mode.
What happened is there was a duke who had the name Caputo because it means head, like capital. Caputo, I got a pretty big head. And so what happened is then there was like some Hammond, Calabria, and
like more recorders coming out.
And they all identified her. So
yeah, I don't know how good the microphone is on this phone, but I don't understand is how to set this so that the thing. I got to work on this phone a little bit because the other phone flips automatically. This one locked for some reason.
A lot of people think that they're related. I work for the children.
Oh, yeah, people standing up on road cases again. Zoom doesn't work on this one either.
Summarize. Judge asked a few questions. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah, he pled guilty. The judge tells you, you know, do you understand what's going to happen? Blah, 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 blah. Now, I don't know it's sentencing yet. I'm trying to overhear what's going on. And right now, all the reporters are coming out and giving their information to the cameramen and back in the studio. That's normally what they do. And then they'll cut over to the press conference once that starts up. Then find out details about whether or not they were, you know, when the sentencing's going to be or how that's going to work.
This is bringing out the best of you. Is your family? No, I don't.
That's correct. It's a federal courthouse in Orlando.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's my father right there. He passed away a few years ago.
We do again. I was gonna say we same gene pool.
Well, you know, we're both pretty smart guys. It means it's smart.
They're coming to take you away.
Schiller said he's got other matters I'll take care of, and it's going to be a couple of hours. Before he comes up.
Oh, no. All right. Wow. Well, I just got the update. It's going to be 2 hours before this guy comes in.
They said, will you give a press conference at that point? And he said, well, if there's anyone still here, it's going to be a couple hours.
Oh, my God. Now we'll have to play this one by ear. They're saying it's going to be 2 hours before anything happens here. Lord. Well, my primary reason to come down here was to cover the people covering the trial or the hearing.
Somebody, one of your friends can make moves sometimes.
Everybody's here to take pictures of a door.
Of the Baptist convention we're going to describe. Yeah, so I mean, for 20 years they've been trying. More than 20 years they've been trying to expand gambling. But there's this hardcore faction, or it used to be in the Florida House, that was able to prevent it. It's called the problem of the thirds. You had like a third of the House is totally Florida House, totally anti-gambling. Third of the House was wanted more like fancy gambling, and the other third wanted whatever they wanted like very tailored gambling. So basically, like the antis would pair up with one of those to defeat the package. And the antis finally lost. They finally lost out. Changed things.
Okay, so far. Well, wait a minute. We may have something going on here. Okay, we have something going on here. just this from the phone or from the talk. It's not going to help. Okay, we'll fix this one off here.
I would keep my head at that still. Prior to this experience, I stated very clearly that this is an opportunity for the governor in Florida to really investigate the Florida Constitution. I'll just say this: when I ran for public office, I learned a lot about what you can and can't do as a constitutional officer. There's two answers to. In this case, I don't think he answered to anybody. Why? I think it's too early to tell. This is apparently one step in the entirety of a longer process. This is all new to me too. I'm not an attorney. I'm a teacher. So, well, I have a reputation. This has nothing to do with my reputation. It was an attempt at a failure. Like Scheller said about a month ago, how do you get in the mind of Matt Gaetz? I can't get in the mind of anybody, so I have no idea. I ran against him, and I think Mark Courthouse was my first interview, October 7th of 2019, and I stated pretty clearly I was running because I thought this person lacked the kind of character that I'd like to say that I have. And I wanted to give the citizens of Seminole County, at least the Republicans, an alternative. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. I don't. Been hiding behind politics. Been hiding behind an elephant or a dolphin or an R or a D. This is ridiculous that we all have a lot of resources being spent on something that never had to happen. Let's spend the resources to do your job. And that's, again, one of the reasons why I ran in the first place. It was no secret to you. Reported on the shenanigans between 2016 and 2019. I'm actually surprised more Republicans didn't run against him. Actually, maybe I'll restate that. Maybe I don't. So there needs to be reform in our culture, in people's hearts. There needs to be reform in this whole idea that we're country to do things. I'm just like you guys. I'm just trying to put food on the table and take care of my family, get kids to college, and pursue a career. Any other questions? All right, thank you, everyone. Is your push for tax like that? What did you run? Something like that.
Yeah, we got one stand-up press conference out of the deal. I wonder what's going to. Now, Greenberg himself apparently is not coming out until noon, which is an hour from now. Well, yeah, the guy that's a friend of Mr. Getz, he's the one doing the plea deal today. This guy apparently is somebody that Greenberg attacked. Well, he's still yammering away, so let's see.
We have 66 other counties. I don't hear any news and any focus on those factors because they did the job. This one didn't. Why did he receive some favor? I don't know. But it's We're here because there is no oversight. There is structurally supposed to be oversight, but there basically no oversight. So there is a process by which we can actually we're supposed to be reviewing that executive part of the branch of the governor, but they did not do the government. They just were statements. I think I don't know why I think a review is. I expect her. I expect my case budget. Understand different. It's 3.5 years. It should have been seen for every year. Joe submitted his budgets and got them. A lot of it's in the audit. I'm speeding up here.
Hello, sir. And if it
continues and continues to count. I hope people like myself say about why do something right here. Every target it becomes ads because the days benefits. I mean, I really want to get out of debt, but that would mean I might have to spend less than I'm making. You gotta actually say I'm gonna sacrifice something for what I want to do. That's what the channel's about. And I will leave what it takes. I did appreciate it. I'm talking about burning out, but I'm talking about sacrifice. There is no way I had to figure it out. Yet today, I spent when I was by myself, and I had comments that I had influence for the it's not like I want to see this in my party that I'm not talking about. I mean, why Republican foreign auditors to be a solid this is affected my party. My party. I don't want to and after I shot videos for small businesses, it didn't even want to shoot edit videos anymore. And after I worked in South Florida, it's just time. They're tired of this. We're not looking for reparations. Oh no.
Yeah, I can't help that, yes. This is an internal mic on this particular phone, and it's very hard. The audio is going to be terrible on this. I had to switch phones because the battery went dead on the other one. And, you know, we're getting wind. The guy's distant from me and everything. So I'm mainly doing this for the pictures and not so much for picking up any audio. You know, being a test run, these kind of things are going to pop up. You know, what I do is I'm going to go through the video when I get back to the studio, and I'm going to see what corrections I need to make. This particular Galaxy, for some weird reason, does not have a phone jack. You got to get an adapter from Samsung for it, which I think I have, and then I can put on a boom mic or something that would bring up the audio quality. I got a Saramac that I use for some live streaming. That could be a big help. And I got to figure out how to put it on this phone. Yeah, my voice will probably be all right. It's picking up stuff from the people that are being interviewed and so on. That's what's going to wind up getting distorted. I have no idea who this guy is.
I describe it as he's a very prolific runner. Not a good runner, but he's a very prolific runner. He was here for 4 years. Once in 4 years, and
Wow, that is he was very efficient engaging criminals. All right. Um, not in the 90s. So Ryan, when he was received all the pushback you can imagine a local political party who has an incumbent being Ryan. So the local Central County Republican Party made it clear in 100 ways that they did not want Ryan running. They were party. In the privacy. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing criminal like this, you know. Just sort of party politics stuff, like making it clear that all Republicans should be voting for Joel. That kind of stuff.
That's typical kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just make it feel a more party.
Yeah. So it's sort of an interesting dynamic. Of course, all those people now want to claim that number two with Joel, right? But if you look at Joel's campaign contribution list, you know, it includes the local party chair or whatever. You know, all these people now who just want to play like they always knew he was a bad guy, but they were behind us the whole way. I think it's very illustrative to look at some of these campaign contributions. Joel Reaper had campaign contributions from very interesting people. Chris Dorworth, Matt Gates, they all contribute to his campaign. Everybody that contributes to his campaign, in my opinion, should be held to account for it. You were supporting this person after everything you saw him do for 4 years. You were supporting him continuing to be a cancer on the citizens of Sumner County for another 4 years. You got anything to say for yourself? Should people still listen to you after you try to do that? I don't mind saying, I am not privy to the facts of what happened between Joel and but the U.S. attorney would not have.
All right, it's gonna get noisy. The wind's picking up.
So, if I was his attorney for him, yes, I would be very. It's basically. So, I mean, ultimately, you had two types of documentary evidence. You have documentary evidence, like testimony. What people say. Who's going to believe anything that Greenberg said by itself? Right? But what he says does have a lot of value if it's corroborated by another witness or documentary evidence. So, for example, if you had a 17-year-old minor grand jury, and her testimony corroborated what Reaper now tells the grand jury, then yeah, Joel's testimony means a lot.
I think it would be pretty clear today that if the governor's opinion that the occupation rights. Okay, Seminole County has zero curricular. Maybe it's the wrong word, but
State investigation.
I think the state has to investigate. That's not where the problem
The state, throughout the state of Florida, there are hundreds of governmental agencies and actors like Joe Baker, like report that.
Who are you with?
On that one media.
Have you been taking back this whole time?
Huh?
Have you been recording us this whole time?
So I just, yeah,
The answer is yes. Okay.
yeah, I'm live streaming on YouTube.
I go skip away from it, like a sort of.
Unlike a competition, I guess. Right now we agree. Witness One Media. I'm an independent YouTube channel. I cover local activities in Orlando, and that includes trials and stuff like that.
Oh, where can I find it?
From the desk of Witness One Live on YouTube. From the desk.
From
The desk of Witness One Live.
That's Mert
M-U-R-T.
Oh.
Yeah, you just do a search on YouTube, you'll come across it. And you can also, yeah, Witness One. So,
Witness one. Okay.
O-N-E.
I'll probably find it. Oh,
Yeah, and it usually in them you do like, if you do a quick search, it'll be Witness One on YouTube, and that usually takes you to that channel.
How long do you do this kind of stuff?
Every once in a while, I usually do mobile streaming for mine. I just started mobile streaming again after 10 years because my YouTube channel is just a shade under 1,000 subscribers, and you need 1,000 subscribers in order to do this mobile. But there's a new there's a new software program called Streamline where you go through your StreamYard, excuse me, you go through their servers into YouTube and it overrides that restriction. So now I can live stream mobile. I do a lot of coverage of the activities of QAnons and the abuses. There's one QAnon in particular by the name of Timothy Charles Holmset, and he has something. No, he was from Minnesota, and what he does is he pretends to be third in line to the president of the United States, and
He's big into the QAnon thing.
he's really big into. He got into it real early.
And so you follow him because.
Well, what I do is he's a fraud,
Oh,
and
okay.
I follow him. You know, I report on it because he's a fraud. You're going to see it all over my channel. And he's accused me of being a pedophile. He's accused me of having to do with the disappearance of Haley Cummings. He's got a court order against him because he harassed an attorney from the state of Florida for years. Yeah. Yeah, well, he was in Minnesota. He's got a bench warrant in the state of Minnesota for failure to appear in court. Yeah, what I do is I report on this particular group because it's not local. They're out of, it's a thing called the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force. Yeah, that's part of the people that are in that are very QAnon. They're also sovereign citizens. They believe President Trump is the president of the United States. They believe JFK Jr. is alive and wants. Yeah, but this is what this particular group believes in that. Well, see, Matt Gaetz is part of that. And Joel Greenberg, and again, this goes back to this is an event in Orlando. I cover any trial on any subject in Orlando when I'm able to. Because I started out covering the Casey Anthony case, the Trent Duckett case, and the Putnam County case of Haley Cummings. And well, I'm a citizen journalist, I guess is the best description of it. We're kind of like an orphan to the mainstream press. Some like us, some don't. Yeah, we're a press orphan here. But yeah, because there's a big QAnon crowd. Now this group in particular I'm talking about thinks he's being framed. They say he's innocent. He's not a pedophile. He's not this, that, these other things. In spite of everything that's been put out on the internet, through your paper, and through other media outlets and stuff. And, you know, they believe Biden should be impeached and sent to Gitmo. You know, it's that same crowd. But the problem I have with it, you know, they can sit there and say what they want, but they're making a huge amount of money off of this. And it's a fraud. You know, this woman's claiming to be part of the United States government, which is a violation of the Fraud and Abuse Act, because she's making money saying that she has this Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, which reports directly to the Pentagon and the military about this. They're saying this attorney's going to get arrested and tried, sent to Gitmo. They're saying people like me are going to be arrested, tried, sent to Gitmo. Oh, yeah. I've had all kinds of problems. I lost a $3 million a year business because of people like this. I used to have a leasing company. I used to lease live vans to these various media outlets throughout the southeastern United States, and I lost that business because of this. Because of allegations of me being a pedophile, there's all kinds of fake material going around. Huh? Yeah. And these people, they go after everybody. And it's amazing.
It does kind of bother me that you were.
I'm sorry about that. The audio is terrible. I didn't pick up, and I just getting pictures and everything until he comes out. And it's a test. It's a test of the new system.
mousetrap, right? To get what you want, right?
Yeah.
Well, nice meeting you, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck to you.
And good luck to you too, man. Thanks for the time. Got an interview by the parent of the competition. All right, more people streaming out. Probably regular business people here. I don't think that lady realized she was on a hot light, but I'm sorry. Well, she's a reporter from the Washington Post, and she wrote down all the information on my channel. So I suspect I'll be hearing from the Washington Post. That's kind of interesting. This guy on the ground's got an interesting setup. He's got a smartphone and a tripod. He's sitting on the ground. And I don't know if he's streaming through the computer or if he's uh, going directly through his phone. You can do a hotspot for your phone depending on what you're using for your facility. It's gonna be a long wait here. It's 11:30. Now, usually the court usually breaks for lunch at noon, so I don't know how this is going to work. Uh, I don't know why he's hiding in the courtroom, but we'll wait and see. See if they're going to say anything about. Say anything about rats and QAnon and all that. See, I don't think a lot of these mainstream reporters realize how deep the right wing is in with QAnon and why people like Tim Holmseth and the other individual are able to make the inroads they have. They basically are preaching to the choir. And, it doesn't get covered like it should. There are some major outlets that are starting to cover these things, as we all know, but there needs to be more. So we just hope for the best and eventually maybe get these people taken down. Now we got the dog out. Let the dog out. I don't have the camera pointed that way, so I can't see the dog. Do. Well, I'll probably get complained about dead air a lot with this video, but so far, there's just not a heck of a lot going on. You have people with all these cameras pointing in different directions, mainly at the door and the podium here, where eventually somebody's going to give up. What have we got? It's going to be hard for me to read the screen because for some reason the sun is hitting it. I'm facing directly into the sun because of my angle. So we work with what we got. Eventually the sun's going to change direction. But for right now, we just got to put up with what we're putting up with. And get work. I'm gonna move so I can see the screen. All right, well, this will work for now. Let's see what you're saying here. Okay, monograph. What's going on is that the guy that Matt Getz knew, his name is Joel Greenberg, pled guilty to federal charges that probably will put him away for a good long while. And I guess it's in exchange for his testimony against Matt Getz, who's been accused of paying for sex with an underage child. That gets into child trafficking here in the state of Florida, as well as the violation of having sexual relationships with a minor, and also subordinating prostitution. That's the alleged charges that may be brought against them. The details have not come out of the court yet, and part of what I'm doing down here is to cover the media coverage of this particular case and to test my live stream capabilities. This is the very first time using the StreamYard software, and it's also the first time in 11 years that I have been live while mobile. Anybody that was around for the Casey Anthony case and the Haley Cummings case may know that I used to broadcast live while mobile and actually while traveling mobile. And I covered the court live as much as I could. I've basically been off the air live streaming for the decade because YouTube changed the way that you could broadcast mobile. And they said that you had to have 1,000 subscribers, you had to have a certain number of viewing hours. Now, the viewing hours, I shot by that a long time ago. And now, because of this new software, I don't have to worry as much about the use of having the 1,000 subscribers that I would need to go directly through YouTube. By going through this other company's servers, I bypass that restriction. And so now I'm going to be able to broadcast live more often. So you're going to see a diversification take place in the coming weeks with how I live stream and how I do things on my regular schedules and the mobile times. This is going to open up the plans that I had scheduled years ago for when I return to doing live streams on YouTube. So that's basically where I'm at right now. And so far, the platform is stable. I was able to switch phones and get back on the air without too much difficulty. This phone should last at least through the press conference. That's what I'm hoping on, because we're looking at about a half hour, give or take, away from the press conference. And so basically what we got right now is a whole bunch of people sitting around doing notes for their various outlets and, maybe framing questions that they're going to ask the participants of the press conference once they show up. So we hurry up and wait. It's funny, a lot of these media personalities I don't recognize. And one Channel 6 reporter that was here briefly today, I was actually interviewed by him 10 years ago, a couple times, and he's disappeared. But other than that, nobody I recognize. Had a brief conversation with a Washington Post reporter about what I'm doing and why, and so I don't know where that's going to go. And other than that, there really hasn't been a whole bunch going on. It's just got a bunch of people standing around, taking pictures of a door. And I got tired of taking pictures of a door, so now I'm taking pictures of people taking a picture of a door. Hello, Lee. Welcome to the chat. As we sit here watching a bunch of cameramen take pictures of a door and people standing around with notebooks. Hurry up and wait. Thanks, Richard. I think we're finally getting the bugs out of my system. And so USA Today is out with his phone. I think I just got his picture on the phone. Off in the distance, I'm not sure what network that is. I recognize the guy, but I can't place the network, and there's no identifiers. There's a guy here that Joe Greenberg attacked, and I guess the guy ran against Greenberg for tax collector, and he was here in court today. So that was kind of an interesting situation. But I'm glad the video and audio are working out. It was quite windy earlier, and so it was interfering with everything. But right now it's dead calm. The only disadvantage to that is it's going to get quite warm here in the next couple hours. Gets up into the high 80s. The humidity goes up a little bit. It's starting to cloud up. I don't know what the weather forecast is, if we're going to get our usual afternoon rains or not. But we should be done here by that time, because everything usually pops loose about 2 o'clock. There's a time frame between 2 and 5 o'clock when we start getting the bad rainy weather. Yeah, he pled guilty to the charges. The judge read all the usual instructions to say, are you sure you know what you're getting yourself into? So on and so forth. And it's over with. Now, why he hasn't come out yet, I don't know. But they came out and made an announcement to the press pool that he would be coming out sometime around noon, and they would do a Q&A if people were here. And so all the cameramen have stuck around. And so I have some of the reporters. There's at least one major network here, either CNN or Fox. I'm not sure which one it is. And so, we wait to see if the press is going to happen and what kind of questions they're going to take. Now, I don't know what the audio quality is going to be because I've only got the mic on the phone itself. I don't have any of my shotgun mics or anything, so it's going to be quite noisy. But I'll do the best I can. Yeah, the court itself is over, and all we're waiting for now is a press conference. Now, we lost our banner plane. He probably had to go refuel. Tick tock, still waiting. All right, now we're continuing with dead air at the moment. Nothing going on so far. Everybody's walking around, taking notes, eating snacks, taking pictures of a door. Man, I don't know. Had a conversation with the cameraman and the porter over here. Phew. Had a security guard pacing back and forth like an expectant father. Oh, he's setting up a reflector. All right. And it helps balance out the light. I'm getting a bug in my eye. Uh, all right, let me see. What's your plan? Boy, this is hard to read. Okay, my future plans, Daniel, is we have a trial coming up in Fort Lauderdale. And it's a trial of Field McConnell, who's being charged with a felony for stalking Kim Picasio, a prominent attorney from Fort Lauderdale. We also are going to have the trial of Neely Blanchard up in Ocala, Florida. She is in jail right now on charges of first-degree murder. She murdered the founder and senior partner of E-Clause, which is some kind of strange legal audit thing. It's just one of these weird things that pop up on the internet. So there's a murder trial for that. And there may be other cases that I will cover locally that have to do with, one is the murder of a law enforcement officer that happened a few years back. Any child trafficking cases that might show up. Now, if there's any trial of Matt Yates or anyone else, that will be done here in Orlando, from what I understand. So that case might be of interest. But I'm going to try and cover some of the more high-profile cases and cases dealing with pedophilia, child trafficking, and so on and so forth. And trials aren't the only thing I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing anything of interest that happens in the greater Orlando area that my audience might be interested in. And this will be in addition to my live streams, which I will be starting back up soon as I get familiar with this new software. Right now, I just do a point and shoot with a camera. It's not like Levi where he gets people on the air and they talk and stuff like that. I have to work the bugs out in that. So, that's what's coming forward down the pipe. Uh, because this story is of national interest and it's happening here in Orlando, I figured I'd come down here and at least try to cover some of it. Now, I'm going to be doing other things too that are going to be more mundane, that are for mainly entertainment type stuff. It's a stuff that I intended on doing on my M4K channel, but since I don't have very many subscribers there as of yet, I'm going to be doing live on one channel, recording to the other until my subscriber base picks up a little bit on the M4K, and then I will start doing separate live streams on the M4K as well. So it's yeah, I don't do guests all that much. Levi's primary mission is to do the guest, and I don't know how to do it mobile anyway. So I'm just going to do it the way I've always done it and just do pictures and commentary and, you know, listening, reading what people are saying on the text messages to try and answer as best I can any questions they have about what's going on or the particulars of whatever it is that I'm covering at the moment. And since this is the first time I'm doing this mobile, uh, it's kind of a shakedown to try and get any bugs out of the situation that it needed. Then I'm going to start dragging equipment with me that will be a much better sound quality and even better picture quality as I learn the abilities with this program. Hi, Alex. Welcome to my experimental live stream in beautiful downtown Orlando. Here I am taking pictures of people, taking pictures of a door. That's where we're at the moment. Joel Greenberg is supposed to be coming out sometime in the next half an hour or so we'll go from there. Yeah, actually, I have Levi to thank for it because as I looked into StreamYard, I found out they bypassed the YouTube restrictions, and because they go through their own server. So I'm using StreamYard to do this, and this is going to be my mobile live streaming application, and I'm probably going to convert over to when I'm at the house in the studio doing it there as well because it seems to work better. The other thing I got to learn is how to use it more. So it's going to be watching a lot of YouTube videos, seeing how to use it, watch you guys on your show to see how you do it, and learn by doing. The old crash and burn thing. Yeah, Greenberg, he pled guilty today in court. He's supposed to be coming out sometime around noon, but you know that if he is pleading guilty to these charges, then he's going to have to start singing like a canary. So things are going to start getting real interesting real quick, both in Orlando and nationwide. So I may be coming down here more often. Well, thank you very much for that, Shar. Well, the thing of it is, Alex, you start messing around with the federal authorities with these kind of charges, they're going to get you. It may take a while, but they're going to get you. So I think that, Greenberg and Mr. Getz are going to have a kind of a bad day here each and every day from this time forward. Earlier, there was a guy here. He's still here, as a matter of fact, that apparently ran against Greenberg for the Seminole County Tax Assessor's Office, Tax Collector's Office, excuse me. And he gave a number of interviews to different people. I don't know if it came out clear in my live stream or not, but if you go back and watch the recordings of both live streams, you may catch a little bit of that. I don't have the correct mic on the phone for doing that kind of thing, so I'm not sure if the sound picked up at all, but we'll see. And I had a nice little chat with a lady from the Washington Post, and I gave her a little bit of background on the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, or PIPATIF as I'm now calling it, and on Mr. Holmseth. And so that may go someplace or not. We're going to see. She has the information on my channel, and so if she tunes in, that will be interesting. Well, you know, I've had to deal with this kind of stuff for 10 years, so, you know, it's one day at a time I deal with it, and we'll see what happens down the road. But, you know, it's just that people are not going to get me off the air. That's just simply not going to happen. Yeah, usually, well, you know, you have the butterfly effect, so hopefully the ripples will accomplish something, you know, time will tell. Geez, I hope this guy comes out soon. I'm going to be having, this phone does not give me percentages. It's just a little battery thing just goes down and down. It looks like I'm about halfway. So we're getting pretty close to noon. He should come out pretty quick because everybody's going to break for lunch. I don't know why he's in court for 2 hours. Okay, now that that clock came up, I'm going to reposition. Now, see a moving picture of cameraman. This is going to be a podium where everything takes place. Oh, when the sun came back out again. And when the sun comes out, I can't read the phone screen. So I'll just have to do the best I can. Oh, we got, looks like a police sketch artist here. Because I see a picture. All right, let me see the picture. Oh, there's, see if I can get a picture of that. This is a police sketch from inside the court. I don't know if he's going to show that or not, but it's kind of interesting. Not good as for us to take pictures of a picture. Yeah, everybody's swarming around the sketch artist. I don't answer questions because it's very hard for me to see the phone. I've got this thing up as high as I can get it, but it's small print. Yeah, he's going to sing like a canary. And a lot of canaries are going to start singing because this is usually a chain reaction. You know, this. Yeah, I imagine the FBI is having a field day right now. I guess now everybody's overlooking at the picture. He did a sketch of Greenberg with a little masking mask. Well, it's easier said than done here. Yeah, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, guys. The photographers are taking pictures of the sketch. I guess this is better than taking pictures of a door. Just going to keep trying to. One thing I found is the Zoom does not work on my phone on this software. So that's the best I can do with the artist sketch. This thing will be all over the media anyway. Yes. Big out of space. I'm Mert Witness One Media.
Which one?
Mert Witness One Media.
You have to pay for that.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. It's too bad. It's live. Got a picture of it anyway. Yeah.
Also have to testify as a witness in future cases of rising evidence. Sources tell them.
People making money off the court. Well, that'll be all over the news, that picture. And people coming out of the courthouse. Normal court business. Order doing a stand-up. Okay, if I don't answer you guys right away, it's because it's very hard to read this phone. text is like microtext on it. And so I do the best I can. I'm getting the sun directly in the phone, which is not helping matters. So I do the best I can. Basically, this is mainly for the pictures today, because once I get my new equipment or my other equipment set up so that I do a better job of this, then you'll be able to hear and I'll be able to see the phone. Because even though I got the brightness setting all the way up on this phone, it's still dark, and I don't know why. Thank you, Cloud. And the problem with a stream of this nature is that we're having to basically just sit around and wait for things to start happening. So the stream is basically just one long waiting session, and then eventually things start to happen. A scheduled press conference or something, that you're going to go on the air maybe 10 minutes before the press conference and go from there. But this is not scheduled. And it's also, I'm testing the stability to see how long the phone lasts, what I'm going to need to do in the future, and so forth. The phones, on average, usually last about 2 hours before they go dead. This one looks like I might get another hour out of it. I don't know if I'm going to broadcast that long, but we'll see how it works out. Oh, I really wish I brought my reading glasses. They magnify a little bit. I'm going to put this thing in the shade for a minute to where I can read it. Stalking, identity theft, and bribery. Ooh, that's pretty damn serious. Phony identification, the mainstream's probably giving all the details. I'm not privy to what's going on the air. So, I can't play over the phone because it's copyrighted and it will go right through that. Yeah, I do have all the battery packs and stuff. I just didn't bring it because I didn't expect I wasn't going to be down here all day. But I've got, portable battery packs, shotgun mics, and the whole 9 yards. So the next time I do these stand-ups, I'm going to have better equipment to do it with. On this phone, Galaxy, for some strange reason, when they came out with this phone, didn't put a microphone jack in it. You got to use a special adapter, and I don't have the adapter with me. It's at the house. And I didn't expect to be using this phone. I brought it just in case. And so that's where we're at. So. Well, the banner plane is back. Where's the banner? There's the banner. They've been flying this banner plane that says TikTok Matt Gets. At this angle, you're not going to be able to read it, but he comes around to the other way. So that's saying. Well, yeah, he agreed to cooperate. That's part of any plea deal, is you have to cooperate with authorities because you're going to tell the details of why you're guilty, and you're going to cooperate in going after anyone else that was part of whatever crime or crimes that you committed. So You know, they are going to use him to get other people, and allegedly Matt Getz is going to be right in the middle of all this. So that's a lot of people are going to have to lawyer up and quick. And it's funny, this is what it's like to give a press conference in front of cameras. This mic stand down there, you got all these guys staring at you, asking all these questions that are going to get you bad publicity on the air. So, bird's eye view of a press stand. That guy's, what the hell is he looking at? That guy's got his camera pointed up at the top of the building. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to go over here for a minute so I can. Whoa. Excuse the weird movements of the camera, guys. All right. Using kids from the, yeah, that's the, that's the thing that this is all based on internet websites that they were getting the sources for their sex, and that's the human trafficking part of this. So, I would say this guy is in for some seriously deep shit by the time, excuse me, this goes to the court. So, I'm going to put my sunglasses back on for a minute. I had a big cloud that provided shade here for a minute, and now it's leaving. The sun is behind the building, which helps. Oh boy. Daytona Beach News Journal. Oh, so it's a fellow local. Yeah, they're leaving, apparently. Finally. Yeah, the guy in a black suit is kind of checking things out and using his phone. I don't know what they're gonna. Maybe he's telling everybody in the courthouse, "Hey, now we got a crowd out here." Weird. Somebody ought to tune into Fox and see if that guy is from Fox or maybe CNN. I have no idea who that guy is. They got the most elaborate setting here so far. Ooh. Well, the man in black disappeared. I don't know who the hell he was. Oh. I got some fancy dressed people here walking our way. I don't know who the hell these people are. Look like lures. Looks like a Kimberly equivalent. Okay, man. Lots of dead air in this stream today, guys. Sorry about that. Other door, guys. Being a doorman today among everything else. Interesting place to wear the IED in. Someone's got the iron board mic strapped to her ankle. It looks like she's wearing an ankle monitor. Funny as hell. They usually put them behind their back, usually strap. Women don't put them on their bra strap. And this one decided to strap it to her leg. Banner planes directly overhead. There you go. Tick-tock Mac hits.
I guess they didn't do it this year.
We had a house first year. Second year.
Let's do like divided in.
Oh, okay. You brought it out.
They're showing the whole front of the sketches. Not sure if the battery's going to last for the press conference that we're going to see. They're playing again. Still waiting, everybody. Sorry about all the dead air. Next time I do this, it's going to be instead of one marathon live streaming event, is I would shut down and just before, say, a press conference like this, and then start back up again. Because I would cut down on dead air, and I would also focus more on the event itself, and I would also save me battery life. But if anything, this is a test to see how long the phone's going to last. And we're at a little over an hour and a half so far, so we're doing all right. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down for a minute. That's all to see. It's all pretty good. It's all pretty good. Lord. Like you both y'all. He's gonna try to see if he's doing that right now. Yeah, man. Finish your computer. Also, that's what we were saying on the down here today. Yeah. What, they just- boys, they- Ready. That's about an insurance. I had, well, I had, I don't have it. I got about 1,000. I have to get it. Right off the. There you go. You can cover that. Yeah. The one with the label on it, sir. That's if you want to win. All right, here we go. Sentencing in 75 to 90 days.
Matt Gates. What does this mean for Matt Gates?
How many times has Greenberg met with investigators? When was the last time? How many times has Greenberg met with federal investigators?
How's he feeling today? How was his condition today? Goals.
They returned the body. One finally made it back to cooperate. Oh, I'm sorry. Why not?
Yes, we both have 12. 12 under the 33 counts, and there's also 12. That's for a minimum of 6, correct? You still got that 12. It's just a good deal for him. And why does this? What do you like? Wasn't a good deal. Is he ready to take the stand and testify against others, knowing that he's going to be portrayed as someone who had sex with a minor, someone who falsely smeared crimes with a pedophile, who committed a actual crime? That's most of them. You ready for the motion?
You mentioned rehabilitation a moment ago. You mentioned you're going forward with rehabilitation. Can you say something more about that?
Sure.
You mentioned about 2 moments ago about rehabilitation. Can you say anything about that? I'm not sure what you said. Can you tell me what you did?
Should he still be nervous?
Well, last time we talked, there was this time I was
Ask
for the statement of facts here. It says that Greenberg paid her to engage in her sex acts with and others.
how many others? How many others? How many others?
How long you're going to replace with what's that means? What's your request going to be?
It's a good question.
You mentioned mentioned ethics, coming to acceptance and accepting responsibility was the first step. When did he make that step? Can you tell us?
How many years do you hope to shave off with his testimony against other people?
How does this work out? Generally speaking, how does this work? Does your client go to the FBI office? Do they go to the jail and talk with him? I mean, like, what happens next? How does this situation generally work? Does he go to like the FBI building and they interview him, or do they come to in terms of him giving information?
Have you been contacted by attorneys for other people? Any elected officials, attorneys for those folks contact you? Say for who they were representing? Because you mentioned that your statements after the last hearing were part of your plan and then it didn't work. What happened in the intervening 1 or 6 weeks that worked?
Well, I think the last time I talked to
So what is the right narrative in your mind?
Would you say that everybody that made you connect? Would you say that the people who may be testifying against all know that they may be coming after them, or would you say there are some that don't know? The co-conspirators or anybody else that he has information on that he may testify against, do they all know that they are looked at, or are there some that don't know? So what you're saying is that so what you're saying is that if whoever read that plea agreement would know they're probably being looked at. Is that right? Sure. If somebody read that plea agreement, they thought, well, maybe they're looking at me, they would know that they're looking at them. Is that what you're saying? Well, again, I feel,
I mean, you can't. You don't want to. You've seen evidence. Do you think he should be indicted? I was just asking your opinion, not no, like from what you know, you facts in the case, you've seen evidence, do you think he should be indicted? Yeah.
Besides speaking to federal authorities, what proof can he provide in the next 2 months before his sentencing date? Besides speaking to federal authorities in the next 2 months, what other proof can he provide before his sentencing date to make sure he gets the least sentence? Does he have video or audio recordings to provide? Video and audio recordings to provide? What did you think of the plane with the banner saying TikTok Matt Gaetz over the courthouse today? What do you think of it? TikTok Matt Gaetz.
Actually, you can see it now. Yeah, it's been flying around for the last couple hours. Same pilot, you took a banner off.
Can you elaborate on whether your client has knowledge of anything related to the ghost candidate in the Senate District 9 race? Yeah, right.
I just want to ask that. Obviously, this case, like a lot of cases, there's a lot of digital forensic evidence probably that led into the decision to take this plea. Would you say that that was a good chunk of it? They have.
The government's done a investigation for that. Like some starting stalking people. During that time, they both
A spokesperson for Matt Gaetz says Joel Greenberg has now confessed to falsely accusing an innocent man of having sex with a minor. How do you respond?
It's we deal on this one with Mark earlier. Still going to get at least 12 years in federal prison. These Greenberg are still going to get at least 12 years in federal prison. So, in your opinion, I don't think so. I guess that's negotiable. I mean, you think it was a really good deal for him?
I not advise my clients. Yeah, I'm not being at all. That's his job. It's taller than me. But I have to go back to the actual shows. Really had writings on people's families. But it's not necessarily.
Or you could get a second, but less than
I'm for social media. Yeah, not this guy over here with the shaking and stuff. All right. Anything else? Okay, guys, thank you all for your time. I'm sorry. All right, I don't know how much audio came through on there. Well, everybody grabs their equipment and goes. And I would say that this is the end for me here. At least the battery on this phone held out. What I'll probably do is I'm going to review all this and see what I can do to improve. I know I've got to get the shotgun mic on here. Next time I do this sort of thing, I'm going to have my battery pack on and all that. So, but now everybody's going to do their follow-ups with the networks and so forth. And I turn this around. I'm holding up the tripod. There. I'm probably going to get camera dizzy. How'd I? Well, I got up to 1,000. That's not bad. 6. But anyway, folks, I do appreciate you guys tuning in from time to time and getting an idea how things work. Murdoch. See if I can get across the street without getting splattered. Say something interesting here. Remember years ago, I used to live stream for my live truck using pan and tilt cameras. 10 years later, this is what people are using. Has the lights and everything. I don't know if this particular unit telescopes or not. But they can go down the road with that camera and go up, down, around, and do everything they want to do. And they don't need a great big live truck like I used to lease out to my clients. Modern times. Okay. But that's where we were at today. So I'm going to close out by live stream here. This is William K. Murtaugh, Witness 1. Please like, subscribe. This is not my van. This is channel 13. This does what my old van used to do. And got some interesting cameras on there now. Anyway, this is William K. Murtaugh, Witness 1 Live. Going to close down the live stream. Thank you for tuning in. And till I go on the air again with another stream. Have a good one.